Yeah.
They were the bully in the ring.
I've never seen that before in terms of, obviously you talk about what the record is. Now the record's changed. It didn't go to 25. It's still at 24-3. I've never seen the Ravens look like that. Like, I'm talking about all time. Like, I'm talking all time. I played against them 4.5 years, twice a year. I'm talking about watching them when they were the 2000 team. I'm talking about watching them since I retired when they won in 13. Never have I seen a team go in there and fluster them, confuse them, punish them, bully them. Like, they punked them. Like, to see Derrick Henry crash out on the sideline like that.
Yeah, we'll get to that because I know
they got punked.
You're chomping at the bit for that.
No.
I will say this. Yeah. When any of us say the Baltimore Ravens, what is it you think of? I mean, please don't give me a player. Just give me the style of play.
Physicality. Defense.
Without
dark
a doubt.
visors.
Without a doubt.
Crazy face masks, tackles.
Yeah.
Like yesterday was I don't even want to bring this team up, but there was a national championship in 2014 with Alabama and another team. Alabama was the bullies. Alabama had bullied everybody and had been bullying everybody for 5-6 years. You know how Alabama lost that game? Because when they hit that team in the mouth, that team hit them back, then that team hit them back again, and then that team hit them back again, and to the point where Alabama said, damn, I didn't know this what the fight was going to be. I didn't know this team was like. That's what happened last night. Because the Ravens responded. The Ravens tied it up. The Ravens took the lead, started to look like, this is where it turns. But then what happened? Lions said, no, not so fast. Hit him in the mouth again. Then you hit him in the mouth again. Then it's like, whoa, wait. We can't do the typical Baltimore Ravens deal?
Yeah.
The Lamar Jackson just getting out and scrambling. How many times did you see him almost make that Lamar Jackson play?
Yeah.
But here comes Derrick Barnes. Here comes Brian Branch. Here comes Kirby Joseph. Here comes Jack Campbell. Told you Jack Campbell was going to have a game.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to those linebackers.
Yeah, and Derrick Barnes played really well.
Exactly.
Al-Qadim Muhammad. I mean, you can't really find, outside of Terrion Arnold, you can't find a guy who struggled. No, I'm serious. Struggled defensively. Look, here's the thing we have to remember, especially in football. The other team's going to make plays.
Yeah.
Okay? Just like in baseball, the other team's going to get home runs. The other team's going to make some outs. Okay? In basketball, they're going to make some shots. Okay? You're not holding a team scoreless.
Yeah.
You're not holding Baltimore off the board. They're going to make plays. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I understand it. You've got to match that, and Detroit did a great job. What did we say yesterday? We said the best defense is going to be Detroit's offense. They had a drive of 10 minutes and 38 seconds that went 98 yards, and they had another one that was 95. A little bit more than 3 minutes, but it was quick because of the big Montgomery run. The point is, they were more physical than Baltimore, and there's a misconception outside of our area about the Lions, and that is Gibbs, Montgomery, we love the Sonic and Knuckles, St. Brown, Williams, Laporta, Goff, and we forget, or they forget, I should say, that Detroit butters its bread with the big, fat guys up front.
Yeah.
Those are the guys who are the heartbeat of this team. We can talk about the skill positions all we want. Those guys up front, they are the heart and soul of this team, and it was awesome to watch them punch Baltimore repeatedly. Like Tommy Hearns and Marvelous Marvin Hagler in the center of the ring is what it looked like to start.
Yeah, you watched that game. You're absolutely correct. We come up here and we talk about touchdowns and yards and stats and plays and that make those plays, but it's the guys up front. You know, it's those 5 guys that we came up here 2 weeks ago after they got routed in Green Bay, and we talked about how bad they were. We talked about maybe even not Ragnow, but Glasgow, his replacement, maybe not even being at the right position. Tate Rallis, we still believed in him, but how long is the rookie process going to take? You know, this is what we were saying up here, and it was valid questions, and they answered it last week. They got a lot better. Oh, well, they were at home. Let's see when you get a real test. You want to go on the road. It's Baltimore. To be loud. It's a night game.
We didn't freak out about it.
No, we didn't freak out at all.
Justifiably asked some questions. Yep.
When you watch the physicality in which they played with last night and the ease, when you see Tate Rallis smiling at Penei Sewell after plays because he's figured it out, because he's figured out that this is going to be a good night. When you see Glasgow and Ratledge just going communication, pointing things out as they walk to the sideline, like you're watching these guys grow and develop. Right before that, they were physical.
Oh, when you see Sewell reach
dominant.
the second level, and then Montgomery takes off and he goes like this.
Bruh.
I mean, Penei Sewell was 8 yards downfield. It was awesome to watch.
I don't want to call my dog out. because he's been playing so good this season. My boy J-Mo. J-Mo missed the block by just a little bit. It would have been another 70-yard run for D-Mo.
Okay. Well, I would say this about Jamison Williams.
Don't let his brother post the stories.
No, I wasn't going to go there. We can, but I wish people who don't play the game would stop doing that stuff. But Braylon said early on he wanted to see the Lions take a shot. Get Jamison Williams involved early, and I'll be damned if that's not exactly what they did.
Yep.
It was. I watched it. I was smiling. I was texting Braylon.
I was thinking
Never
about you,
texted me
bro.
back. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a lie.
That is a lie.
We
I
talked
texted
all
Braylon.
day,
I'm like,
man.
dude, right on the flipping money. It was. I was smiling ear to ear the whole time. Listen, my daughter's 21. She didn't really watch football. She goes to Michigan State games, but she and her friends, it's more about pregame and all that stuff. She texted me in the middle of the third quarter, and she's like, Dad, are you watching this football game? And I texted her back, do you know who your father is? And she's like, yeah, stupid question. Is this an awesome game? She and her entire apartment were watching the Lions going crazy. It was so cool. So cool.
You get that first drive and you get those two plays, and it looks like he's going to have a big night. But what it did, it took Kyle Hamilton out of the box. Kyle Hamilton, for those in Detroit that don't want to call him the best safety ever, in the league, that's fine. He's one of the best safeties in the league. He's number one. He's the best safety in the league in terms of doing everything. So. You said,
no.
I just like to stoke the fans. I can't be saying that. Jesus Christ. Kyle Hamilton is the guy that you want to get out of
Dude,
your
you're
box.
right. You're not stoking the fans. You're correct. Most NFL personnel agree with it. If he took off
Kool-Aid.
it's Kool-Aid.
It's
You
Kool-Aid.
can't take that with
It's
anything.
100%. You keep him out of the box. You got him playing deep now, man. It softened up the run a little bit too, and it softened up the things that you could do. You talked about J-Mo getting him going. They did that earlier. Shout out to me for saying that. But what it did too, it softened up that zone. And when they got to the 30, when they got to the 40, here comes Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta, there he is. There's Sam Laporta. He had a big game, but
He was really good.
He had a big third down conversion.
the catch on
He's blocking
Roquan Smith.
really well.
Yeah, that
because
was
Roquan,
big.
that was a hell of a catch.
Yeah.
Roquan's right there. He made a good move. It's a dot by number 16. Got to give him credit for that dot, but it's a hell of a catch. But it started early with J-Mo. They were looking for J-Mo to go deep every time he was in there. They used him as a decoy last night in the the last 3 quarters of the game. They use him as a decoy, and when you have decoys like that, they're glad they do their job. They take purpose in it.
What I thoroughly enjoyed is it seemed like Detroit got stronger as the game went on,
Easily.
and Baltimore got weaker.
Yeah, I would agree.
Now that seems odd to say about Baltimore, and I'm sure missing a couple of key pieces affected them, and maybe some people will do the same thing they did 2 years ago against Kansas City. Well, Kansas City's playing without this guy and this guy.
Let's not play that game. I'm with you, Shep, because we can easily say Aleem McNeil.
That's what I was about to say.
I don't want to come here and play that game today.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
I could have said the same thing about Kansas City and some of the guys Detroit was missing 2 years ago. We conveniently forget it. What I was really impressed with is just how Detroit, linemen, they love to run block. And when they got in that, it's almost like a shooter in basketball. They got in a groove, and they just kept pushing and kept pushing and kept pushing. And it was awesome because it looked like they were never getting tired.
Yeah, when you have that groove of going against a guy and you feel like you're winning consistently, it's all about wins. Like, Shep, each play is a win. And for offensive linemen, each play they're going to have to engage in the defensive lineman. Each play is a win or it's a loss. When you start tracking them up, boom, I won that play. I felt Ragnar. I keep saying Ragnar. I felt Glasgow win on that play. I know Panea's winning. Here's another win. I'm getting stronger. And if you keep taking losses, if you keep getting pushed back, now you don't have that same intensity. Now you're not going with that same confidence. Like, all right, now I'm getting tired. And that's what's happened. They won play after play after play after play after play in a row. You win 9 plays in a row, it's over. Like, your defeatist attitude is what set in for that defense. And as try as they may, they just weren't on the same page. The same speed that the Lions were playing with last night.
And then, of course, giving Goff all kinds of time.
He'll beat you every time.
He'll beat you every time. But
is he the number one quarterback in the league if you give him time? Out of curiosity.
Well,
the numbers would say.
It's a really good question. Are we giving everybody time? I would probably say no.
Okay.
But I'm glad he's wearing Honolulu blue and silver.
I'm glad we give him time.
All right.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say, going back to something that Braylon talked about, that you guys disagree with the 4th down call, and to me too, I'm more of a traditionalist, but I've grown accustomed to what Dan Campbell does, and to me, it just seemed more as if he just had them so figured out. It was almost as if we're keeping our foot on the pedal to the metal the entire way, from the start to the finish. And that, to me, is more of what it symbolized. And obviously, when it works, we're all for it.
Yeah.
And last night was one of those ones against the Ravens where I'm glad it all worked out for the good.
I would just say this because although that I was with Shep, I agree that I wouldn't have done it. Like, this is saying what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't have gone for it, the 4th and 2. I would have kicked the punt. I would have let the defense play. That's what I would have done.
Defense was playing
I
good.
don't mind what Dan Campbell did. I'm not mad at it. Even if they didn't get it, I wouldn't have been mad. You know why? Because he did it with such comfort level. There was the same feeling on every 4th down, on every decision. Everything all night was like, nah, we're good. This is what we're going to do. Nah, we're good. Everybody settle in. No, Jared, you got it. You figure it. Like, that's what even on that play, the feeling was, no, this is cool. I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel,
I feel
if that makes sense. If I'm the coach, I'm not doing it. However, I don't mind that Dan Campbell did it. It felt natural.
We were sitting here at the watch party. Shout out to Woodward Sports and the watch party crew. And we were all like, yo, you guys know he's going for this. Like, we all knew it was going to be even a pass. That's how kind of brazen or ballsy or whatever you want to call it, I believed, and that we know Dan Campbell to be. And I appreciate your comments on that, man.
What if he kicks
appreciation of it.
What if they punt and Lamar Jackson goes on and scores and they tie it up? What's the conversation about? He should have went for it. That's what they do. Like, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
That's right.
At least yesterday, it felt authentically like itself. It wasn't like he was like, well, you know what? Let's go for it. He was just like, no, we're going to go for it.
He wasn't half-hearted about it. As long as people accept that they're not always going to get there. Like, he didn't go for it on 4th and 5 earlier.
Nah.
Okay? So when people go, well, that's who Dan Campbell is. What do you mean? It's not like he goes for it every single time. So there are certain moments, and you have a feeling, like Kool-Aid said earlier, there's a feeling. I just find it's sort of like the national shows this morning. Like, it threw up in my mouth.
I didn't even tune in today.
Threw up in my mouth. I hear.
Get him.
Did it have any?
Just understand, this is Dan Campbell's team. Everybody questioned, where was Ben Johnson? Hey, shut the hell up. Yeah. Okay? Shut the hell up, man. You were saying the same damn thing for not just this week. You've been saying it for 3 weeks and in the offseason because you got to fill a lot of programming. If you want the real deal, you connect with people who are here. What did we say on this show? And I'm not saying me, I'm saying collectively. Before the season started, this is called first guessing, not second guessing. The easiest thing to do is sit back in a chair and go, you know what? I wouldn't have done that. Why didn't you tell me that before? Well, what we said about Dan Campbell is that it's his offense. You said that.
100%.
What we said is John Morton will pick up right where Ben Johnson left off. What Jared Goff said was this team offensively is better than it's ever been. And what we said is we worry about Frank Ragnow being lost and Kevin Zeitler being lost more so than the two coordinators. Now we've got national guys going, we just got to accept this is who Dan Campbell is. It's Dan Campbell's team. We should – no kidding, man. We've been saying that forever. Wake up, dude.
Talk to him, Shep.
Holy mother of God. It was dry. I was so pissed this morning, and I shouldn't be. I should be happy. But I was so pissed this morning that I'm hearing all these national people say this, gee, you just figured it out? In the words of Bob Seger in Live Bullet in Detroit, shit, I've known that for 10 years.
I saved myself from the same very angst and temper from watching the national news. I didn't watch them today.
Because you're a smarter man than I am.
I just knew it would be two things.
Yeah.
I knew you'd be two things. The one thing is they would completely change ship. They would completely say, oh, well, this Lions team, and, it was all about Dan. I knew it would be that. And the other thing would be, well, you also got to realize Kyle Van Noy and Matabikwe did not play. Mm-hmm. So the Lions didn't technically beat the full strength of the band. BS. I don't care if those two guys played. Look at what that team was. That team is fractured.
Bro, they were
now you got Marlon Humphreys doing podcasts like he's got a bag over his head trying to figure out. I've never felt like this after love. You got Derrick Henry who's about to be 7th all-time rushing, crashing out on the sideline like John Harbaugh. He looked like he saw a ghost at the post conference. At the press conference at the podium, he like he saw a ghost. That has nothing to do with those two guys. Yes, would they have been a better team with them? 100%, because they're damn good players. But that ass whooping was coming whether they were playing or not. Like it was.
Yeah. He looked stunned on the bench.
He did.
After he fumbled third fumble in as many games this year. He's not like he's a fumbling machine, okay? This doesn't happen. But it's happened twice this season in the fourth quarter. It's happened once in each game. And there he is. There he is, just stunned. What the hell? Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it. Yeah. We do got a little bit of breaking news as well.
Oh, let's hear it.
He might be on this bench for a while.
Oh, no.
He might be on this bench for a while.
It seems to be in his head a lot, that fumble.
It's in his head. I didn't like how he was trying to put everybody on the sideline. Like anybody that was in passing, anybody that was close enough, he would pull him close to him and tell him why he fumbled.
Yeah.
Like he talked to 6 people. They kept showing him on the sideline. And finally you see DeAndre Hopkins, who's a vet, an OG, who can say this without he can say it. He was like, man, damn, shut up. He knocked the ball out. Like, you fumbled. It's okay. Let's get back in the game.
Yeah.
Like Derrick Henry,
you know what it is?
For all the great stuff, he's a head case.
Dude,
here's
what it is.
And all that other
It's the guy who misses a shot on the golf course and then wants to explain it to you when you're on the other side of the fairway and he's coming up with some type. Well, I sculled it. Yeah, I know. Let me just concentrate on my shot. Just move on. What were you gonna say? Breaking news, my man.
Hey, just two bits of breaking
Crash
news. The MLB
out
approved
king.
robot umpires for replays.
I'm sorry, I missed that one more time.
The MLB did approve robot umpires for replays.
Okay.
And
for the rest of the year or next year?
2026.
2026. Okay.
And then the Texans released our old friend C.J. Gardner-Johnson after friction behind the scenes with him complaining about his role and more. This is via Aaron Wilson, NFL. I see our group chat is
Remember,
going,
he got in that shouting match with
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield. Yeah.
The writing was on the wall. Like, as soon as he left the Eagles, he and the Eagles and the fan base got into it. As soon as he left Detroit, he and Detroit and the fan base and Detroit got into it. Like, it's become a consistent pattern. It's like AB. Not as bad as AB, but everywhere AB went, he left a stinky trail behind it. Like, and that trail just followed one person. That's the same thing with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You're like, is it the Lions? Is it the Steelers? Is it the Eagles? Is it the Texans? Or, sir, is it you?
Well, here's the other thing: you burn bridges.
for real.
It's not wise to burn bridges like that.
Because when you try to get in coaching, like that type of stuff.
Or if you get cut and somebody needs a corner.
True.
Okay. I mean,
I'm looking further down that line.
yeah, you're looking further down the line.
Further
It's
down
smart.
that line.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach Bray.
Well, I might burn the bridge or two in my day. I'm joking, of course.
All right, there's a lot to discuss. Really excited for you to get involved in the chat and the super chat. So bring it on, man. We're looking forward to the rest of the Braylon Edwards show here on Woodward Sports.